Hello everybody, my name is Star Raptor. Welcome to my spoiler-free Season 1 review of Legion. This is created by Noah Hawley, the same guy that created Fargo, which is one of my favorite series of all time, also on FX. Make sure you check that out. So, the X-Men franchise has been doing great lately. We got Logan, we got Deadpool, and now we have Legion. So, all in all, Legion is an origin story for the character of David Haller, who becomes Legion. He is the son, unknowingly, of Professor X. He starts off in this series in a mental institution because he's being falsely diagnosed for having schizophrenia and other psychological matters. So he ends up finding these other mutants in this special group of people, and through these 8 episodes, it's all about him discovering himself. It's more of a show that is, you know, kind of going inside his mind in a way, and without giving too much away, I really don't want to tell you guys anymore other than just to go watch this thing. So I'm going to move into things I really enjoyed about this season. So first off, I liked how cinematic this felt. There was a different introduction for every episode. Every episode's end had a phenomenal cliffhanger that made you go like, what? Because I will tell you guys, this is one of those shows that is going to be unique from everything out there. Superhero shows and everything in general. It's just a very cerebral show that is going to get into your mind. You have to really think when you're watching this thing, which can kind of be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So it's really something special. And I think what helps that is also the sound design. Usually I don't really think too much about sound, honestly, and things, but holy crap, for whatever reason, this really stuck out to me. They use, like, so many cool things with, like, parts where there's absolutely no noise, where it goes, like, 5 minutes of people talking, all you see there's their mouths talking, for instance. The musical choices are amazing. They have a great soundtrack that really, highlights and accents moments in this season, and it's just all around really creepy kind of stuff, because with the visuals, which are another strong point of this series, is that it basically fits the character of Legion. I can't really describe it. So this guy, he's got a lot of stuff going on with his mind, obviously, and as part of the season is figuring out what's going on in there. So he's got a lot of flash imagery going on, which is kind of represented in the show itself. So you have a lot of these random images, some of them very horrifying, so you'll be sitting there and next thing you know, kind of like a jump scare almost in a way, because it's just nuts how things are going, and that it just lends itself to the awesome editing basically in general. And moving into the characters, I really enjoyed all these new mutants we got. We have very, very cool looking mutants that we've never really seen have interesting powers, such as one guy, he shares a same body with his female counterpart in a way. It's very interesting. He feeds himself to feed her, and she's more of the fighter. It's kind of interesting. Another character, the love interest actually of David Haller, is a character called Sid, and whoever she touches, basically she switches bodies with. So she has to be forced to wear these gloves and kind of keep her distance from everybody. And it's also really tragic because they have this great little love arc going on, but they can't touch each other. So it's interesting in that regard. We have another character that basically can see into people's past, and he can be as a conduit to kind of go into a flashback. Kind of reminded me of the Matrix in a way, because people are like experiencing their memories from another perspective. So I mean, that's really interesting. Another thing I really liked was how this was very central to the character. Like I was saying, it's all in his mind. It's him battling his mind. There's not really much of an external force. There are external forces in this series, but it's more focused on the internal, which is definitely different for TV. And I think that this was a great story because it was a smaller story. It didn't really get too large. It was just kind of focused on this group of mutants trying to help David Haller. So moving into my negatives, I thought that the plot was a little bit convoluted at points. I thought that things could have been cleared up a little bit with some more exposition, some more explanation, because like I said, with the crazy editing and stuff, that kind of makes it a little bit harder to follow. What I would like to see is a little bit more action. There was very, very heavy dialogue, but not enough fight sequences, and the problem was that the fight sequences were really, really well done. You get to see Legion's abilities as well as his compatriots, and it was just really cool. I just wanted to see more of it. With that being said, Legion had a great first season. The season finale did everything a season finale should. It brought closure to certain characters, but it also teased what's ahead. So overall, I'm going to give Legion Season 1 a score of an 8.5 out of 10. Thing is, guys, I don't feel like enough people are talking about this TV series. It is getting to season 2, which is awesome, but I want to see more of you guys talking about this. So that is going to do it for my review of Legion Season 1, but I want to know what you guys thought of it, so feel free to leave a comment in that comment section below. Did you watch Season 1? What are you looking forward to in Season 2? What were some of your favorite moments in Season 1? Let's talk about it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so. I have tons of other TV content as well as movies, video games, and more, so make sure you do that. I'm Starraptor. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. So, did you like the video? Then make sure you rate it a thumbs up, and if you did that, go over there, hit that Starraptor head so you subscribe to my channel. Doing so will keep you up to speed on all of my latest content. Speaking of which, you can see a couple of my recent uploads down below. I'm also on social media, so what are you waiting for? Let's start nerding out.